So it is our pleasure this morning to be spending a little bit of time with Nick Vujicic. And before we get started with some questions and some conversation, I just want to read a little bit about Nick because a lot of times some people haven't heard about your story. And so here's just a little information. Nick was born without limbs for no apparent medical reason, but he knew from an early age that he was different. But it wasn't until much later, after overcoming ignorance and discrimination to build what he calls a ridiculously good life, that he realized his mission: to use his disability to start conversations that change lives. He has since spoken about over 3,000 times in a total of more than, I believe it's 69 countries, on topics as varied as bullying, inspiring positive change, persistence and determination, and his own life story. No matter where he goes, he communicates one core message: that no matter your circumstance, you can overcome. So this morning, Nick, it is our pleasure to be having a conversation today and to be talking to you. And why don't we start with a little bit about your story?
Hello to everyone watching. It's been an incredible journey of life where there were many times in life where the questions of what my future would look like, and what could this little boy with no arms and legs really do? And it really started with love, and I'm so thankful that I was raised in a family of love, a family who believed in me, who told me, don't worry about what the world says about you. You're beautiful just the way that you are. And I was able to go to school and learn how to write with my little foot, and now I can type 53 words a minute on a normal computer. And I learned how to swim and play soccer. And many times in my life, I was looking at my future and thinking, well, wait a second, I really can't do a lot of the things that everyone else can. And I was always feeling like I'm missing out, feeling like I'm alone because everyone else has arms and legs but me. And so between ages 8 and 12, I went through depression. Felt like giving up, and really hit a bottom low at age 10, really not seeing what future I had in my life, and really thinking to myself, wait a second, what job am I going to get? Am I really going to get married? And through that depression, you know how teenage years are very difficult as well. My parents always said, don't worry, take one day at a time, do your best, and just keep on going. Be thankful for what you had. And I'm like, being thankful for having no arms and legs? Like, how can you be thankful? And one day I was on the soccer field and I hurt my foot so bad that I couldn't walk for 3 weeks. And I'm staring at the ceiling thinking, man, I gotta be thankful for what I have. Instead of focusing on the glass as half empty, I'm gonna start to see it as half full. Instead of focusing on the trials and the things that I couldn't do, it was saying, okay, this is who I am. If someone doesn't want to be my friend because of how I look, then they're not a true friend really, because I want someone to surround me with the true love, the true acceptance of knowing that I'm not valued by how I look or what I can do, but they just love me for me. And I realized that the quicker I loved me for me, the quicker everyone else accepted me as well. And bit by bit, I grew my friendships, I grew my self-confidence, and I discovered a passion in public speaking. And it was very difficult. I mean, public speaking is terrifying. I'll never forget, believe it or not, it was the janitor at my high school when I was 17. He looked at me and he said, "You're in the student government, huh?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "You're going to be a worldwide speaker going around the world sharing your story." And I said, "You're crazy." And he said, "Please let me arrange your first speaking engagement." And he did. In front of 5 or 6 students, my palms were sweaty, my knees were shaking. And I just shared my story and people were crying and people were engaged. I'm like, wow, here I was once as a child feeling like I'm alone, depressed, and there's no hope. to now a teenager where I can impart some hope, some encouragement. And people started looking at me and saying, wow, you really touched me today. You really helped me to get through my depression. And it gave me a sense of purposeness, a sense that even though I went through that, now that even though I didn't get a miracle, I can still be a miracle for someone else. And to understand that we are all valuable, we are all beautiful just the way that we are, and we all can make a positive difference in our school, our communities, and the world.